I think as a coach you need to actually have a philosophy or something that you believe in that you'll stick by, and if you believe in it you can then impart it to your kids and you have them believe in the same thing. And if you can get your kids to believe in what you're doing, then your job's half done, because if they believe in it they will do it. And I think from my experience I've coached teams that have been great and believe what I do, and I've had players and kids who don't have an inkling of what I'm trying to achieve. And they're the teams that tend to fail, is the ones that aren't on the same page as you. You only need one or two players not to see it the way you do, and it can actually destroy your team. So the first thing is get your players on the same page as you. Let them understand why you're doing the things you do and why you... I think the why is important. Years ago it was that we just be dictators and we just say, do it. I think we're all smart enough, kids are smart enough now, that we actually need to say, I'm doing this because this is going to do this for you, and sell it to the kids. And if they get the results, they'll stick with it, and that'll make your life easy. Okay, that's half the battle. You got to have, when you're training, technique, intensity, and purpose. So they're the three things, if you want to be a good player or when you're doing your coaching sessions, is you want to actually have and focus on the technique you're doing. You want to do it at game intensity, and you got to have purpose. One of the things I learned early is that skills aren't actually skills, they're habits. We're not teaching, we use the word skills, but what we're actually doing is we're getting kids into good habits, and we're getting them out of bad habits. All right, so whenever I look at a skill, I understand its execution, but I actually just see it as a player's habit. So what you'll find is every player will shoot differently, they'll do things differently, but the reality is that's because of how they're mechanically made, biomechanics. So the idea is you need to understand what you're seeing and realise that you're just trying to mould that into a good habit, something that they just do repetitively without thinking, because that's what a habit is. We do it without thinking. If we smoke, bite our fingernails, we just do it without thinking. So that's what it's, when you train really hard, that's what happens, is it just becomes second nature. So therefore skills are actually habits. They become habits. The way I look at coaching skills then is bodies are actually machines. Our body is a machine. So what we've got to do is we've got to actually focus on making it as efficient as possible. So like a car, we want it to run efficiently. When we execute a skill, we want to get rid of all the waste, the stuff we don't need to do, the bad habits. Okay, so that's the concept there. You know, bodies equal machines equals efficiency. For me, when I coach teams, the way I look at basketball, and the reason I like basketball, is I look at it like a chess game with real players. So when a coach does something, I want to counter that. I want to go, well, what is he doing? So that then I can say, well, this is how I'm going to move my pieces now to actually, you know, counter what he does. And then what he does is he makes the next move. So he'll actually do whatever he does to counter what I do, and the game goes on until the end we arrive at a winner. So for me, it's just a chess game with real pieces. The last thing too, and this is an approach that I had as a player and as a coach, and it sort of comes back to it being a chess game. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So it comes back to, I say basketball's a science. So if I do a jab fake and a guy steps back, I'm going to shoot. If I jab and he goes to the left, I'm going to go to the right. So you come to read the game and you react. So same as if I do a zone defense, that's to make someone shoot the ball outside. If I go to a man, it's probably to stop them from driving, but also to stop the outside shot. So everything I do, I know that there's going to be a repercussion to the decision I make, but at the time I'll make the decision based on what I need. So the idea is for every action in basketball, there is actually an equal and opposite reaction.